What's up, troopers? My name is Neon, and today we're talking about a beast of a weapon. Out of all the SMGs, the AC9 is probably the most overpowered weapon right now. Honestly, I have no clue why this gun is so good, because the stats is really low compared to other SMGs, but for some reason this gun just absolutely performs out of anything else in the game. So before we get into the video, troopers, you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, get very close to 19,000 subscribers, and of course leave a like. Thank you very much. I really can't stress out how good the AC9 really is. Like, I'm not joking, you guys, this is a meta right now. If you're not using it, then you need to use it. Let me just give you some stats over this weapon. So this weapon right here has a firepower of 22, accuracy at 49, with a range of 34, with a handling at 61, was pretty good for handling, and the rate of fire of 1080, with a max magazine count of 40. I can't stress this out enough, guys. This gun right now is 100% meta. It is absolutely just dominating every single person, and as I was saying before about the stats, it just doesn't make any sense. Because you look at other weapons like the K30, that could perform like a firepower of 40, and that weapon also has a rate of fire of 1200. So more rate of fire and more higher power damage, but for some reason, weapons like that just don't compete against the AC9. Maybe they done something in their stats and just made it too overpowered, or this weapon is just too good when it comes to its visual recoil. Ever since they changed it, it's just been even more easy to use than ever before. I'm going for the standard dot sight. This is my 1.25 zoom level. I go for the regular dot sight because this is an SMG. You're not going to be really competing at longer distances, really close range only. If you feel like you're going to be playing certain maps and the visibility is a little bit tricky, then maybe use the thermal 1.25x. Thermal is going to be tricky when you use this weapon. I suggest to be only using this for your visual only. If you feel like you can't see targets, or maybe they're hiding in the building, you just want to pinpoint where they are, then you can go and switch to the thermal sight and maybe just wait until they pop up their head, and then after that you can ding them. For me, using the SMG troopers, I always have to compete at close combat, and that's great, and of course that's how SMGs perform, but for me, I want to perform at medium range too, and the best way to perform at medium range is the tactical compensator. The tactical compensator is going to give you a little bit more tricky time when it comes to your recoil control, but what you're looking for is the weapon accuracy, and this is actually going to reduce the spread and keep it more consistent for you, and keep it more consistent, it means you can compete at medium range gunfights. And talking about losing the recoil control, well, you're going to be using the laser sight on the bottom side of your tree. The reason why you're going to be using the laser sight on the plus menu is because this actually, it gives you the better recoil control. So if you're going to use the tactical compensator to lose the recoil control, then the laser sight is going to give you the better recoil control. So it's like you didn't even lose anything. And the good thing about having a laser sight anyway is you're going to be way more better when it comes to your hit fire accuracy, especially when you're moving, and being so close and personal, the laser sight is going to be almost like your go-to. A lot of times you're not even going to be aiming, you're just going to be hit firing and still winning them gunfights. And when it comes to my magazine types, I'm actually using the close combat extended. This one is going to be offering you recoil control, rate of fire, and a max ammunition of 40. With this magazine type, you do lose when it comes to effect range and reload speed, but it's an SMG. How far do you think you're going to be shooting? So the range is not going to be any problem, and the reload speed honestly isn't a big deal. This weapon reloads a really good time speed as it is. So that would be my first choice. My second choice would actually be the subsonic. The subsonic is going to be really good for you because this is going to actually give you way more stealth. So if you want to hit a flank, or you maybe want to get into a building but you don't want the enemies to know where you are, then the subsonic is your go-to. And then my last one is the close combat. This one is going to be offering you better recoil control, reload speed, and rate of fire as my last magazine type. Although I don't really use the last magazine as often because I'm usually getting ammunition by the time I need to go to that magazine, it is still a really good one to be using. And there we go, troopers, that is the AC9 best class setup. I can't stress out how good this gun is. Why it's so good, we don't know. Maybe they broke something with it, I have no clue, but this weapon is so good. Please use it right now. I can't stress it out enough. Anyway, troopers, thank you very much for listening to me talk. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the Pink Wig Army, and I'll see you on the battlefield.